Hello, Mr. David.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm very good. So, this is the first time that I have spoke to you.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You're
Merry Christmas to you. So, tell me about yourself. I did read your profile. I seen what you have on your profile. Maybe you would like to tell me some more information about you.
I'm 14 years old, and my name is Rezan. My surname is Yeşilmen. I live in Ankara, the capital city of Turkey. My main town is Mardin, and I'm going there every summer. And I know three languages: Turkish, Kurdish, and English. And these are all. This all.
Turkish, Kurdish, and English. Okay. Now, you mentioned a couple things in your profile. One of them, for instance, you're interested in energy. At 14 years old, that's young to be interested in something like energy. So tell me more about that subject and why you are interested there.
I'm interested in energy because it's some kind of interesting thing for me. We can't see energy, and we can't touch it, but we can use it. So it's interesting, and I'm trying to learn something about it.
Okay. We can always have interesting conversation about that then. I own an energy company, and we do research into energy technologies. Some energy technologies we design and develop, build and market. Some energy technologies we have played with, but not proven them yet. And some energy technologies are just up here in our head still that we have not done anything with.
Yeah.
So, so when you think of energy, why do you see it as important? What is important about energy?
Because it's every place that we are. It's everywhere. The phones that we use to add the the pencils that we write with.
Well, do we need phones?
No,
Not really. I mean, we like them because it makes communication more available for sure.
it's making our life easier.
Yeah. Many of the things that we have today that we take for granted aren't really necessary to sustain life. You know, to sustain life, we need food, water, and energy. Energy. Because we have to have heat, you know.
Yeah.
We have to be able to cook, so we need energy. Fire is energy, heat is energy. Just to stay warm, your body uses energy. Hmm. So you could be a doctor
Yeah,
and
I want to be a.
and your focus still be energy. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So have you ever tried to play with energy?
Actually, I'm trying to do something like uh, playgrounds play that we can like swing, and I'm trying to them do this in with kind of working with energy.
Hmm. That's interesting. Play drums. Yeah, there's so many different ways that you could experiment with energy,
Yeah.
and kind of prove its existence even. Apparently, all of our energy originates with the sun,
Yeah, correct.
you know, and that energy comes to us by way of light.
Yeah.
So light is energy,
Energy.
and photons are a measurement of electricity as well as light. So light and energy and heat, electricity, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
So what's the future?
I don't know, but maybe humans can create something more for taking energy, or something for using much more energy.
Okay. Here's a science project that you could do about energy. Okay. In the worst case scenario, for some reason, all the electricity goes off everywhere. Maybe, well, what do they call it? A massive solar flare from the sun ripples out through our little solar system here and destroys all the satellites, all the electrical, all of the transmission systems. They say this could actually happen.
Yeah.
Okay, that a solar flare could destroy all of our electronic system. So let's imagine that it happened tomorrow. Oh, with no energy, you can't even store medicine. You can't, how are you going to make ice to keep something cold? You have to have energy. How can you make energy tomorrow? Tomorrow, not a year from now. That's no good. You'll all be dead by a year from now. How could you make some amount of energy tomorrow? For sure. I need energy tomorrow. I got to be able to turn my refrigerator on. How am I going to turn my refrigerator on to keep our food cold tomorrow? I'll tell you how. And you can do this as a science project if you want it. Okay. And you can do this with things that you can go out and find today, probably most of it free or pretty cheap. Okay. You'll be able to figure out a way to do this. Now, here's the materials that you will need. Okay. You will need some wood because you're going to need to make a stand. Okay, so you'll need some wood, but you could make this wood out of scrap wood that you find, that kind of stuff, but you'll need some wood. You'll be able to figure out how much you need when you start looking at how to design this. Okay, so you're going to need some wood. You're going to need 3 bicycle wheels. No tires. You don't need tires. You don't need anything except the wheel, the spokes, of course, and the hub in the center so that the wheel will still spin on the hub. So you need 3 used bicycle wheels, probably all the same size, but bigger around is better. A 28-inch wheel, that's better than a 26-inch wheel because you'll be able to make a bigger wind turbine with a bigger wheel. So you need 3 bicycle wheels the same size, okay? Some wood. Now, you're going to need a 1/4 inch piece of threaded rod. This is a long piece like a bolt, okay? And it's threaded all the whole length of it. And it's 1/4 inch diameter. The reason for 1/4 inch is because that's exactly the same size as the inside of the hub on your bicycle wheel. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this long rod, 3 or 4 feet long, and you're going to take one bicycle wheel and you're going to screw it on to the very top of the rod so that here's the bicycle wheel, here's the rod. So the bicycle wheel is going to sit like this on top of that rod.
Oh.
Then you're going to take another bicycle wheel and you're going to screw it on up to about 2/3 of the way up. We'll take an exact measurement You'll see why later. But the second bicycle wheel is going to be about here. And then the third bicycle wheel, you're going to screw it on at the bottom. Now you've got wheel here, and a wheel here. So far, all you've needed is 3 bicycle wheels and 1 piece of threaded rod and some wood. So now what you need to do is you need to go and find, now here in Canada where I live, I would go to a hardware store, but I'll show you what it actually kind of is. I can go buy plastic signs about the same size as this piece of paper. They're actually bigger, okay? They're just plastic signs. House for rent, or for sale, or wanted, or whatever it might say at the store. Plastic signs you can put out if you wanted to sell your bicycle. You can put a for sale sign on your bicycle. But these signs are very light. They're made out of plastic, eh? Okay, so you're going to go buy 8 of these signs, or find 8 of these signs, whichever, okay? Because what you're going to do now is you're going to take these signs and you're going to fasten them between the top bicycle wheel and the middle bicycle wheel, so that if you put these signs at 22 degrees, the wind blowing will push it around in circles. Oh. You put 8 of these blades all the way around like a windmill, 8 blades. And when the wind blows, around it goes. So now you've got the post, the top wheel, the middle wheel, and the wind blades inserted. Okay, now all you need to do is get a long belt to go around the bottom wheel, like a pulley belt. You find a belt, a piece of cloth, whatever you can find to go around the bottom wheel. And now here comes the hardest part, is you need to find an automobile alternator, the charger that charges the battery in a car, okay? So you got to go find some old wrecked car that's got a battery alternator in it, and the battery alternator has a pulley on it. So, how would I put it? What can I use? So here's the battery alternator, and it has a pulley on the end, okay? So what you're going to do is you take your strap goes around the small pulley and over to the big wheel on the bottom, okay? When the wind vane turns from the wind, it spins the bottom wheel. The bottom wheel spins the pulley spins the alternator makes electricity. Now you can charge batteries. You have electricity, and you've made electricity out of 3 bicycle wheels, an automobile charger that's on all cars. So you can go find any car. Okay, nobody will be driving the cars anymore because you won't be able to get gasoline. So there'll be lots of cars available. So you can go get 3 bicycle wheels, a strap to run them, a piece of 1/4-inch rod, fasten it all up on a wooden stand, stick it up on top of the house, for instance, or someplace high, and the wind will spin those bicycle wheels. That will turn the alternator, and because the alternator is small and the bicycle wheel is big, every 1 time that the bicycle wheel goes around, the alternator wheel spins 35 times. So even though your bicycle wheel is going slow like this, the alternator is going like this because it's so much smaller. And voila, you are making electricity.
Actually, I have seen on YouTube how can I do and one turbine, and I'm trying to do a small of it, but it doesn't work. So I'm get it to be, so I didn't use it too much. It's live.
I'll give you a website that you can go to. And you can see just a few things, kind of sciencey inventions. A couple of them are about energy.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot one E. There we go. That's the name of the website, .com, okay? And you will see on that website, for instance, a video that I think it'll say water, wind, and sun on the front. And if you watch that video, you can go here and watch it and take a look at this stuff later if you want. If you watch that video, it talks about making a wind turbine like what we just talked about, only not out of bicycle wheels. This is a real one, okay, that was built at a university, okay? And it was built, Green Electric Power, the company that you're going to be looking at, is my company, and we built it, okay? So this is a wind turbine like that bicycle wheel that I just told you about, only not bicycle wheels. This was built for commercial production, okay, by our designed and built by us, my company, Green Electric Power Corporation. There's a couple other things on there as well that might interest you. We are a hydrogen research company. So I also have a video about 10 minutes long where I personally take the camera and walk through our hydrogen research facility, showing different things that are going on in the facility and describing what work is being done and why and what all this equipment is being used for. Then I actually show a turbine power generator being fired up and running on hydrogen. And just some stuff like that are videos that are on that website at greenelectricpower.com.
Okay. I'm gonna see it after the lesson.
Okay. Yeah, what I say, it's not a marketing website. The website was simply put up in order to give our investors access to look at some of the work that we're doing. Okay, is what it's for. So, yeah, it's not fancy, but you'll find some interesting stuff on there.
Okay.
About energy. Yeah. The future of energy. The world desperately right now needs one extra word in the definition of green energy. We talk about sustainable energy. Energy that is able to sustain itself into the future. It's not going to run out. And we talk about renewable energy. It basically means the same thing, but waste could be called renewable energy.
Yeah.
It will renew itself because we will make garbage. No matter what we do, we produce waste. Okay, so waste could be renewable. So green energy talks about renewable energy. It talks about sustainable energy. But there is one word that I never hear: dependable energy. What green energy that is available today is dependable? You can't depend on the sun to shine today. It might be cloudy. You can't depend on the wind to blow. It might not be windy. Even hydropower, where we used to build dams and run turbines and rivers and stuff, now because of global warming, the hydropower dams, the water levels are dropping quickly. Rivers are going dry. So none of these current ways of making clean electricity are dependable. And we need a dependable source of electricity. And I think the whole world is missing on the dependable source of clean electricity. I know of just a couple small companies that are working on this. I'm retired, or I would be working on it now. Okay, but I know a couple small companies working on it, but I cannot understand why nations are not working on this, because what I'm going to tell you about is a massive source of clean, dependable energy that's available to, I'm going to say probably 50% of the nations on Earth have this energy and always will and always have. Okay, so now that I've hyped you all up, okay, what energy source can I be talking about? From where will I get totally dependable energy that's always been here and always will be? Well, at first my answer was going to surprise you, because the source of this energy is the moon.
The moon?
The moon, yeah.
How can it be?
How can we get energy from the moon?
Only suns are there. There is only suns.
There is one source of energy that, if you really thought about it and gave some time to it, you would come up with the answer on your own. I already know that. But the one energy that the moon is subjected to is gravity. Gravity. It's gravity that holds the moon in its orbit. Gravity pulls the moon towards the Earth. Oh, what is this? What is this gravity that pulls the moon towards the Earth? What is it? Is it light? Is it electricity? Is it? Oh, it has to be some form of energy. So what is gravity? Out there halfway between the moon and the Earth, gravity is being used to pull the moon towards the Earth. Centrifugal force tells the moon to fly away. But between the gravity and the centrifugal force, they balance. The moon spins around the Earth. So we have energy happening there. Now, how does that energy affect our Earth? Come on. Oh, yes, you do. You know the answer.
Gravity energy.
How does the gravity of the moon affect the Earth?
Maybe it comes, that you say it comes toward the world, and do they trying to get energy from this?
No. So
The
I'll give you a hint. Do you ever go to the beach?
Yeah.
And sometimes the water at the beach is closer to the shore. And sometimes the water at the beach is farther from the shore, right?
Yeah.
What causes the water to come in closer to the shore and then out farther away from the shore?
1 minute. I'm trying to learn it. I know it's in Turkish. Is it tide?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The tides. Every time the moon goes around the Earth, the gravitational pull of the moon pulls the water up. Okay. And then as the moon continues around the Earth, the water goes down. The water comes up, the water goes down every day, forever. As long as the moon goes around the Earth, huge amounts of water move exactly the same way every day, forever. Now, you can catch the wind when the wind moves. We can catch the water when the water moves. We already do this. Hydro dams, hydropower. The water goes through turbines. The turbine spins, makes electricity. Okay.
And can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a YouTube channel, and can I share this meeting at my YouTube channel?
Oh, yes.
And I want to ask something other. I like this meeting, and can we talk per week by week or once in a week?
Oh yeah,
Once in 2 weeks, maybe.
I'm here all the time, 7 days of the week. I have a schedule up on Cambly. You can
Okay.
go look at my schedule. You can see what hours I am here for the next month, and you can pick lessons, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you like.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. And we can talk about energy and developing energy. Just so you have a little bit of information about me, so you understand my knowledge base. I'm a scientist, I'm an inventor,
Like,
and,
yes,
and I'm a
it's great to
I'm a
hear.
businessman.
Yeah.
Okay, so I come up with an idea, I open a company, I put that idea into the company, I build the company, and then I sell it. I've done that 4
How
times.
many years that this company is going on?
The last company that I had, which is Green Electric Power, the website that I sent you to is Green Electric Power.
Yeah.
I opened Green Electric Power in the year 2001, and we closed it in 2020 when COVID came.
Oh.
That's when we closed the company, it was 2020. But we had already finished our work, and our technology was already out there in the marketplace. And so it didn't matter to us. We were ready to retire anyway.
And I want to ask something other. If humanity, Elon Musk, do the space rocket that can go to Mars, uh, they do they try to do wind turbines at there?
What's the last question?
Do they, when they went to Mars, do they do wind turbines at there? Because there's too much wind, as I remember.
Too much what? Wind on Mars?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't really followed Elon Musk's space adventure, okay? Mostly because I feel that although his work takes science ahead in leaps and bounds, his contributions to science are huge, huge. So I really appreciate him from that sense. But I think that his efforts and his resources would benefit mankind more if he was focused on other advancements, say, other than how to go to Mars. For instance, how can we produce enough food to feed the people on the earth? How can we produce enough energy so we can energize the cities on earth and live a comfortable life? How can
I
we take care of our planet and keep it healthy here on earth? Then let's talk about how we can go out, but not when we're still suffering here.
I'm thinking about if humanity, like Elon Musk, don't wasted their research money for going space and trying to uh, get something new things, get like pollution much less, and creating how to learn how to create water on our own. I think it's been better, as you said.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be better if he spent his money in areas that are more likely to produce tangible results today.
Yeah.
Something that we can do in 200 years won't matter if we destroy the earth in the next 100 years.
And where do you live now?
Well, Canada, of course, is my country. On the west coast of Canada, on the
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean, there is a large city called Vancouver. Okay. That is the closest city to me. But in order to come where I am, once you come to Vancouver, you will have to go down to the waterfront and get in a boat because I live on an island in the Pacific Ocean, and there is no bridge to this island. You can only come here by boat or by airplane. The name of the island is the same as the city, only this is Vancouver Island. Oh, it didn't go. I tried to write it in the chat, but it did not go there.
And we
I'll
have
write it again.
for 10 seconds.
Vancouver Island. That's where I live. Vancouver Island, Canada.
And it's good to see you and meet with you.